Homeschooling's hard, and maintaining the confidence that you're doing what's right for your family is a real struggle when the whole world seems to be out against you, telling you that you are messing up your children. But here's what you need to know. If you are sick of being stretched out between multiple kids, grade levels, ages, and topics, then we are going to simplify that. If you want your kids to love learning, we're going to talk about how to make that happen. If you care more about who your children are than the score that they get on their next test, then you're in the right place. We know that the public school system isn't right for our kids, and yet the temptation to bring our kids home and then try to duplicate the public school method, it's not what we want. See, that method, the traditional method, is for the public school. It's what's best, that works for a large group of kids. But you get to personalize and make your education fit for your family, for each child. It is such a blessing. And I think so many homeschoolers pull out or drop off and send their kids back to school and say, this isn't for us, because they haven't realized the full potential of what they have before them. Now, when I say traditional education, what I am talking about is teaching our kids in a very standard, to the test kind of way. This is what they need to learn at this certain point, and really that's not what we need to be doing. You can still use textbooks and curriculums if that's your choice. You can still schedule out your day if that's your choice, but you don't have to be pushing your kids to maintain a certain pace or to be doing all of the busy work that maybe they don't need to do. And yet, I understand that we do this because we have this inner turmoil of like, am I doing enough? Are my kids going to succeed? Because nobody cares more about our kids than we do. Homeschooling can work for your family. We just have to figure out what works best for your family. Really soon, I'm gonna come out with a video about all the different homeschool methods, and not just so you can like grab one and be like, that's my style and I am all in on this, but so that you can kind of pull from different ones to see what is your style. Because we don't have to reinvent the whole wheel, but we do have to find the things that will work best for our families. And by learning from those who have gone before us and different ideas that have already been shared, we can gain a lot of information and really go far with that. So if you want your kids to be lifelong learners who love learning, then let's talk about alternatives to the Monday through Friday, 8 to 3, sit down, look at big hunkin' textbooks and be bored out of our minds with information being fed to us. Let's consider what could be some other options. Okay, so this is where I get really excited, because while my family has really taken on this family style of learning over the last couple of years, I've continued to develop that and really make it fit our family. So if you've been following along at all, you know we love like unit lessons, projects, things that can really get us all involved, learning together. We even do like some curriculums that are family style, and I'm going to continue talking about those. But in the last few months, we've really tried to dig into this habit training way of teaching our kids, so that they don't just think that learning happens from 8 to 3 and then the rest of it is free time, fun time, do whatever you want. Because I think that's where we get a lot of adults that like just come home from work and don't want to do anything else and have no work ethic. Instead, we want to be teaching our kids why they need to learn certain things or why they need to value education. So we do handwriting daily in our journals. I don't sit down and give them like this paper to duplicate over and over, although like working on handwriting is good, but I found that even if I help them by pre-writing what they want to write in their journals and then having them trace that, it's like handwriting with a purpose. And we can do this with other things too. Mom, why do I need to learn that? If you can't answer why your child needs to learn something, then they won't care and their mind will release that information. But if you can make it real to them, then that's good. And so we try to follow our children's interest, and this might be like interest-led learning. We just see what the kids are kind of interested in about, and then we try to dig deeper together, and we are all learning together as a family. So this has been really fun and really family unifying in our habits. Also, I do math most days, not all days, but most days. And I think I should do it more because we learn math for critical thinking skills to stay sharp. We work with numbers. It has been proven to help to delay Alzheimer's and other things because it keeps our brain sharp. And we want our kids to have those logic skills and critical thinking skills. So when they sit down to do their math, I like to try to sit down to do some of my math, whether that's budgeting or figuring out what we have for expenses for groceries that month. I can kind of do those things along with them. Or maybe I'm just doing a Sudoku. Maybe they're just doing a Sudoku. Is that how you pronounce it? Sudoku? Sudoku? I always get that one wrong. We do devotions as a family, and we also do have in our habits to have alone time with God, because that's a habit I want my kids to have. We watch the news together. We read independently, but then at dinner time, we talk about what we were reading. We read together because reading out loud is really good practice and skill to have. I'll link our habits form down in the description box so that you can take a look at it better. You'll need to come up with your own habits, but this is a way to not just have your kids be like, oh, school, do we have to do school? Like, this is what we do, and we do it as a family, and it's important for everyone to be doing these things. And yeah, maybe dad goes off to work and he doesn't do all of the things that are on the list, but he probably does in some way do them at work. So I'm going to continue to unpack this in the upcoming weeks, what a lot of these things look like. How are we still sometimes using curriculums or resources? What resources are we using? And what methods fit into this idea? So if you're interested, stick around, make sure that you're subscribed. This is Family Style Learning. I'm Abby, homeschool mom of 4 boys, and I'm excited to go on this journey with you. Not saying I have it all figured out, but I am so confident in the direction that we are going, and I can't wait to share more about it with you guys. Here's another video for you to go watch right now. It'll show you more of my heart for educating our kids and some of the ways that we have done that, but make sure you're also subscribed and get the notification bell so that you know when another video is available. I will see you guys soon.